Brows are a very good way to frame your face and also show yourself to be very expressive. Today I'm showing you one of my very dramatic brows and how I do them in real time. As you can see, I have shaven off my eyebrows because I don't really have very many. I'm going through and brushing the pigment through my hairs just to make it a little bit more natural. I've taken a concealer and I'm going in to define the brow. I'm not really too picky about the color of my eyebrow concealer because I'll go back in with my foundation as well as a powder that's my color and blend it all out. The key to a seamless concealer is mostly blending. Yes, color matching, but also blending. And over top of my brows, since my eye makeup for this look is going to be more dramatic, I'm going in with my foundation color or concealer color, the same color as the skin tone. You can also go in with a clean brush to shape up the brows. Just completely depends on your preference. So I go back and forth with the brushes, and sometimes, as you can see, I'll show, sometimes I do mess up with my brows. It normally happens when I'm trying to get them exactly how I want them, but that happens. That's a part of life, that's a part of makeup. Sometimes when I overthink, it's harder to do, but when I have more fun with it, I notice I mess up a little less. This is me going back and forth. I'm really, for this look, I was really paying extra attention to exactly the shape of my brow. Taking a skin powder or a eyeshadow powder, the same eyeshadow powder, or eyeshadow the same color as your skin tone, you can go and carve out your nose bridge from the front of your eyebrow. And so here I think my brow is done. I think my brow is done, which usually happens. I'll think my brow is done. And the brow powder that I'm using is the Eye Sculpt Eye Shade by Juvia's Place. That's what's in my hand. That's the eyebrow palette that I'm using. I'm getting really close up there just so I can make sure I get every line as perfect as I want it. I don't always do this. I was just very hyper focused on this day. Go back in with the skin color powder to blend out that concealer. And I'm starting it on my left brow now. You can see I just completely shaved it off because my hairs are so sparse. Some of the women in my family, we have no eyebrows and we've just accepted fate. Sometimes I like to go in and do individual hair strokes. Like I'll start out that way, or if I want a really natural brow, I'll make sure to do that. Today I was feeling a little bit extra, as I usually am. It is taking my time to shape the brow. Sometimes the brow is a little bit wider than I want it to be, or maybe a little bit higher, but you can always correct, especially if you're going and adding little by little. Just carving out that tail end. And sometimes I'll do a natural arch and I'll follow where my natural eyebrow will be, and sometimes I'll do a little bit higher. Today I did quite a bit higher than what I normally do. The tutorial for this look will be up soon. Taking up the concealer palette that I'm using is the RCMA makeup palette that you see here. And I believe that one is the 10. I love that palette so much. Especially if you're a makeup artist, that's a really good palette to have for concealer. It has a wide range of colors that you, mostly pigment, that you can go in and add a mixing medium to it, so you don't have to carry around a bunch of concealers if you don't have to. Especially if you know how to mix colors and undertones and things, that's a really good palette. I'll put the link down in the description box. Carving out my brow shape with a flat brush like I did on the right side. I was really focused this day. Oh, yep, crisp. I wanted those brows crisp this time around. You go under the brow and do the same thing. Blend the front just a little as I go, because it helps me see the whole entire shape of the brow. Going back with the concealer. Yep, this is where I mess up. I wanted more of an arch, and I arched at the wrong place. It happens. It's okay. I used to get so frustrated and wipe my face off completely and just go lay down. But now I take my time. I move a lot faster now that I'm getting used to it and I'm not overthinking it. But it's okay. You can always either start over or go back and erase. When I'm overthinking and trying to get it precise instead of having fun with my makeup like I want to, like I used to, that's when I get, that's when I get, that's when I have to go in and make the most corrections. I'm just double checking, making sure the angles are how I want it. And I think it was like, it was looking like a seagull wing. And I wanted it to look more like, a little bit more like Elvira, the vampire. Well, vampires, I think she is. And it was looking like a seagull wing. Okay. Taking your time, and you can just go ahead and erase like it never happened. And don't be afraid to use your fingers too. Fingers, clean fingers if you're doing someone else's face, but your fingers come in handy when it comes to doing your own, to doing makeup. You can really blend out a lot with your fingers. Before I ever had brushes, I used my fingers for my eyeshadow too. Yes. Right there, I took off a little bit too. My brows are just not cooperating today, so. My brows were not cooperating on this day. I was trying to be too precise, and I went in and took off too much. I had the perfect arch and perfect arch for the look that I was going for, and went in and just flubbed it all up, overthinking it. And I think that's also life. Sometimes we have to stop overthinking just a little, and sometimes just do. Don't go blindly in and do whatever, but sometimes it's okay to step out on faith and know that things are going to work out, especially when you're doing something that you love. Makeup has taught me that, definitely. My looks may not be crisp when I go in and just do it, but when I overthink too much, sometimes my mind causes me to mess up. When if I would have just done it as I always do it and just jumped right on in, it would have come out perfectly for that moment. I'm just going back and just double checking, filling in where I may have sometimes when you use powder over top of your brows, you can blur the lines at top over the top, and I wanted it to be crisp for the look that I was going for. And that's usually why makeup takes so long depending on the look people are going for, because you all the little details that you want to go back and forth and do. It doesn't have to. It's not a requirement that it takes a long time, but sometimes it does. I'm coming to the end here. I'm going back and filling in some spaces, trying to make just a few little extra hair marks or blending around the tail, the fish, the head of the eyebrow. I said fish. And making sure I'm blending out my concealer and just blending out the rest of that concealer. And there you go. Remember to have fun. Try not to overthink how you do your makeup, and it'll all come out fine.